After the failed revolutionary period of the 1960s came to a close, the communist specter haunting the Western world was crushed. There was a new specter looming. The history of fitness culture is really interesting. Originally, fitness was seen as a distraction from your worldly duties by Puritans, but slowly morphed into a way to foster a closer connection with God. The movement that came to popularize it in the 1900s is known as, I kid you not, muscular Christianity. Deeply tied with white athleticism and the rise of football, the ideal Christian man was fibrous, sinewy, strapping. Following World War II and the Cold War, a renewed interest was placed on fitness. Both the Soviet Union and the United States feared the athletic superiority of the other, so an effort was launched by their respective intelligence agencies to promote fitness and healthy living. This didn't come from nowhere either. Rates of obesity were on the rise, as well as unhealthy lifestyles. Yet as fitness exploded as the default modern way of living during the 70s and 80s, the fat acceptance movement started gaining ground as well, arguing that we should all, specifically women, feel comfortable in our bodies as they are. To understand the fitness phenomena, I think it's important to look at the religious aspect of exercise. Specifically, our good friend the Nazis. The Hitler regime financed countless sports and gym facilities because fitness allowed them to foster religious dogmatism in the building of the Aryan identity. Fitness was at the core of the Nazi philosophy, and it's not hard to see why. Unlike religion, exercise, specifically group exercise, is the perverse combination of hyper-individuality and community. No mucking about trying to establish a good relationship with God. With exercise, you work on you, and only you. The entire point is to look desirable, or at least to be healthy. And when you work out with a friend, whether it's at the Hitler Youth Facility or at the box, you get the sense of community you don't get anywhere else under capitalism. Not unlike a visit to the church on Sunday. Under the lens of collective struggle, it's easy to see why the explosion of fitness culture occurred during the dark ages of socialist organizing in the West. Both globalization and communism had brought unprecedented challenges for domestic capitalist markets, and in its attempts at reconstructing itself to survive, capitalism found its acolyte in fitness. In the fight between endless atomization or collectivization, the individual won. As the labor market slowly accepted more and more women, women were expected to maintain their bodies as a career move. While men have other aspects of themselves they can usually pin their identity on, a lot of the time women are instructed that their self-worth is entirely based on their looks. While men were told to work out for the good of their nation, women were told to work out for the good of their career. Secondly, the class aspect. The shift towards individualization wasn't just some metaphysical cultural change towards focusing on personal identity. It was rooted in the economic model of the time. Call it late-stage capitalism, flexible, or postmodern, the 20th century saw the move towards a capitalism built on service work, of which appearance and personal branding become paramount to success. As the individual became a commodity, fitness became a business strategy. But it's not one available to all of us. Healthy living is more and more out of the reach of lower class people. Health is a class issue. It becomes even more noticeable at a global level. As nations of the global south accept development and modernization, obesity has increased. It's not hard to see why when capitalist development is synonymous with unhealthy food and empty calories flooding the market. So it becomes a bit paradoxical when it's middle-class white women who have championed the fat acceptance cause, and they're the least affected category. But it's an important topic nonetheless, because fitness is pretty good for you. Its sinister brother, dieting, however, that's a different story. Fat diets have been around since forever. Whether it's mostly drinking alcohol to live longer or only eating fruit, Get Slim Quick gurus have sold anything and everything for a quick buck. The rise of dieting, along with fitness fascination, however, has led to eating disorder symptoms starting at earlier and earlier ages. And as someone who has been both overweight and underweight cycling through yo-yo diets since middle school, I think I can comment sincerely on fat acceptance. So what is the right response? It's easy to say that we all deserve to feel comfortable in our bodies, but what does that mean concretely? Let's start on the obvious. Under capitalism, fatness will continue to be stigmatized. Health is just another axis of exploitation that will be stratified along class lines. Yeah, it tickles our inner liberal when Dove releases big bone shampoos, but that's worth nothing. We should still try to support increased representation and diversity in workplaces, movies, etc., because discrimination is pretty messed up. But the most concrete thing we can do is not be a dick. This one weird trick, not shaming fat people, will make them not hate you. If someone wants to lose weight, good. If they don't, cool. If we accept that you should feel comfortable in your body, then we need to learn to stop policing others for not following a commercial ideal. But I will also add that if you're doing any form of radical organizing or believe in revolutionary emancipatory politics, you should probably hit the weight room so you don't end up like these guys. Just a thought.